Night Radio with Ashley Storrie on BBC Radio Scotland.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
That was Andrea True Connection with More. How do you like it? We've reached the third hour of the Ashley Storrie Show here at BBC Radio Scotland, live from Pacific Quay, and we have got scores to read out for John Carpenter, our Hollywood Swinger. So many scores. If you missed that part of the show, in the last hour we did Hollywood Swinger, which is a segment of the show where we celebrate a Hollywood star who swung into music. This week it was horror directing legend John Carpenter. Paul knew a lot about him, I knew nothing about him. Scores, right, here we go. Jane Jones says, well, that song was absolute mince, but the performance and the arrangement was credible. I want to award a sound... Hold on. I want to award that a sound 8 to Kenny Rogers Roasters.
That's a high score for such this damning praise.
Jim in Netherley has sent us an invitation to join WhatsApp.
BBC Scotland is now on WhatsApp. You can get in touch. 08085 92 95 00.
I think that's how we should end it. Right, here's a wee message from Craig and Sharon, who say, hi Ashley and Paul, Craig and Sharon in Rutherglen here. John Carpenter sounded a bit like a comedy pastiche of several 80s actor wannabe singers like Hasselhoff, Willis, Swayze. Don't you dare call Swayze a wannabe. He was a bee. He was
wannabe
like
for
the
one
wind
track.
is a beautiful song. She's like the wind through my trees. What a compliment.
Is his trees his bits?
She rides the night next to me. She leads me through moonlight, only to burn me with the sun. It's such a good song. I don't know how you could call that man a wannabe. He did. What's the opposite of a wannabe? What's the opposite?
Was?
A dead bee. He's a dead bee.
Just that was.
35 points feels generous, but we're in a generous mood, says Craig and Sharon. I don't feel like that's generous at all, especially after your slight against Patrick Swayze. As regards relaxing, Sharon also listens to a load of true crime, police interviews, podcasts, courtroom TV, law. I'm with you there. I also read books to her, which helps her get to sleep. Oh, but that might be because I have a very boring, monotonous voice. No, that sounds really romantic. Oh, I'd like that. I'd like a giant man to just lie flat on top of me and read books to me. That'd be great.
George R.R. Martin reads The Winds of Winter.
If it means I get to hear the new Game of Thrones book
Is that
and
what
he
it's called?
finishes
The
it.
Winds of Winter?
I don't know. I think that's just.
Whilst lying on Ashley.
Winds of Winter makes it
It's
sound like you're just farting in a freezer.
17 parts on Audible. Other book reading services are available.
No, I was thinking more like, whatchamacallem, that big guy who let down his balls at the NFL. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady? Yeah. Has he got a book?
No, but I just feel like him reading Game of Thrones would be funny. And he would weigh me down.
Salman Rushdie reads the satanic verses whilst lying on comedian Ashley Storrie.
Get it now.
3 parts.
On-
Download now.
I think it'd be a huge hit. Simon Wright says, I have 2 things to say in this one message. First, sorry I was not in the mood for Carpenter's performance. It was just not the right kind of song to fit my tastes. 11 Kenny Rogers roasters from me. I have placed an image above saying no. That's just how I feel about that song. Second, one of my favourite things to do on the topic of de-stress is listening to a selection of music from BBC's former tech service CFAX.
Great.
Some of them creates the right kind of mood for settling down. I was listening to CFAX music playlist there, and there was a good amount of turn down music tracks in that one. Turning in now. Have a good night. Thank you so much for getting in touch, Simon. And I enjoy...
I'm a big fan of that, and I have playlists of hundreds of these tracks.
CFAX music?
Music that's on CFAX, yep, KPM, old library music, loads of it. Love
Very
it.
interesting.
Love
Jim in
it.
Netherley says, apropos of nothing, I was listening to a podcast with Ken Bruce and he was talking about long records, possibly for toilet breaks. Anyway, he quoted MacArthur Park as lasting 7 minutes and 14 seconds, and it made me wonder, are all of your versions the same length?
No, Jim, much like in real life, they all come in different lengths and different shapes and sizes. Some of them have bits missing, some of them have extra bits.
Some of them have ukuleles. Martin in Orkney says, I had barely heard of John Carpenter, but I enjoyed hearing all about him tonight. As for the performance, I'll put it this way. I love it when an underappreciated genius eventually gets the cred he deserves. I love a do-it-yourself attitude. I love a bass baritone-led vocal. I love a gloriously schmaltzy 80s synth bopper of a tune. That all adds up to a spreadsheet getting blown to smithereens. 100 Kenny Rogers roasters from Martin in Orkney for John Carpenter.
And there's no bias because he didn't really know much about him.
He didn't know much about him. Goodness, what a night John Carpenter's having. He must be having a dreams. Here's Fleetwood Mac. Shut up. Just play it.